Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. Today we have a story that is honestly hard to believe when you first read the headline.
Oh, you mean the Kali Linux MCP server story? Yeah, this one is something else.
So for anyone who missed it, Kali Linux shipped an official MCP server for AI-powered penetration testing, and it has a command injection vulnerability.
Not just one handler either. Every single tool handler in the server is affected. Nmap, SQL Map, GoBuster, Hydra, John, Metasploit, all of them.
Okay, walk me through the technical details. What's actually going on in the code?
So the pattern is the same everywhere. They take user-supplied parameters and interpolate them directly into a shell command string using Python f-strings.
Like just dropping variables right into the command?
Exactly. And then they run it with subprocess using shell equals true. So the shell interprets everything. Semicolons, pipes, backticks, all of it.
So if I send a target parameter like example.com rm-rf/, it just runs both commands?
That's literally the example in a bug report. It'd run nmap against example.com and then try to delete your entire file system.
And this isn't some random third-party thing. This is in Kali's official repos?
Installable via apt install. Part of the Kali-Landschaftsunterstützung package. It carries all the implicit trust of the official Kali repository.
Okay, so that is bad. But you told me before we started recording that the real danger is actually worse than basic command injection.
Right, so here is the thing. This MCP server aims to be driven by an AI agent. The parameters come from AI model outputs, not from a human typing them in.
Oh no, I think I see where this is going.
An attacker can plant malicious payloads in places the AI agent will encounter during a scan. HTTP response headers, DNS-TXT records, banner strings from services.
So the target you're scanning can attack you back through your own AI tool?
Exactly. It's a confused deputy attack. The AI reads poisoned input from a target, passes it as parameters to the MCP server, and boom, command execution on your Kali box.
That's wild. A pen tester scanning a target could get their own machine compromised by the target that knows it's being tested.
And from the compromised Kali box, an attacker could potentially pivot to the client's infrastructure. The blast radius isn't just the tester.
How hard is this to fix?
6 lines of Python. You import Schlecks, you split the arguments properly, and you run subprocess with shell equals false. It's literally day one Python security.
6 lines, and nobody caught this before it shipped?
Nobody reviewed server.py before it went into the repos. And there is also a generic /API/command endpoint that accepts arbitrary shell commands with zero validation.
Wait, an endpoint that just runs whatever command you send it?
With no authentication, no filtering, nothing. Just executes it.
Okay, so is this an isolated case, or are we seeing this pattern across MCP servers more broadly?
It's systemic. Endor Labs studied over 2,600 MCP implementations and found that 34% use APIs prone to command injection. 30 CVEs were filed against MCP servers in just January and February.
Even Anthropic's own MCP servers had issues, right?
Their MCP server jet had path validation bypass and argument injection vulnerabilities. Those were discovered in June 2025 and not patched until December. 6-month window.
OWASP has an MCP top 10 now?
They do. Command injection is MCP-05. Simon Willison has been saying for over 2 years that the lack of progress on MCP security doesn't fill him with confidence.
And the irony here is just, Kali Linux exists to find command injection vulnerabilities.
That is the part that makes this story so striking. The tool that security professionals use to find shell equals true in client applications has shell equals true in its own code.
Has there been any response from the maintainers?
Yes, 0 maintainer comments on the GitHub issue as of now. The repo has about 500 stars, 4 contributors, and no open pull requests addressing it.
So the fix is trivial, but nobody has applied it yet. And the vulnerability is public. That's a rough combination.
Especially since anyone who reads that GitHub issue now knows exactly how to exploit every handler in the server.
So what is the takeaway for people running this tool right now?
Stop using it until there is a patch. And more broadly, if you're using any MCP server that wraps command line tools, check how it handles parameters. Look for shell equals true. Look for string interpolation.
The MCP ecosystem clearly needs some kind of security baseline. Audit requirements, automated scanning, something.
The spec says tools represent arbitrary code execution and must be treated with caution. But there's no enforcement mechanism. Nothing prevents shipping vulnerable servers.
All right, that's a good place to land. If you're a pen tester using this tool, patch it yourself or uninstall it. And maybe audit your other MCP servers while you're at it.
Definitely audit them. 1 in 3 has this class of vulnerability statistically.
Thanks for listening to the Awesome Agents podcast. We will be back soon with more. Stay safe out there.